You know, every year around this time we pass this resolution to make April Organ Donor and Tissue Awareness Month in conjunction with Donate Life. And it's certainly been a privilege of me to work with Assemblyman Ortiz on this issue since I came in, or since 2013. But from 1992 to 2012, our former friend and colleague, Jim Conti, helped lead this resolution. And if you knew Jim, and for our newer members, if you did not know Jim, Jim was a two-time kidney transplant recipient and a great human being and a staunch and tireless advocate to promote organ donation awareness. Unfortunately, we lost Jim in October of 2012. And although his passing left a hole in the heart of this chamber, his memory and mission to promote organ donor awareness lives on. And it's now incumbent upon each and every one of us to carry on that mission, this mission and message, because it literally saves lives and improves the quality of life for those who benefit. You know, when Jim spoke about this issue every year, he spoke with emotion, passion, and facts. Let me just talk about some of the facts. Organ and tissue transplantation continues to advance with medical and research technology. It leads to saving more lives and improving the quality of life of individuals. Unfortunately, each year, the waiting list for organ transplants grows longer and longer. Many people are dying waiting before an organ becomes available. Nationally, the current waiting list is over 113,000 individuals, more than 10,000 in New York State alone, and more names are added daily. Nobody knows when a loved one may need a transplant. In New York, we have over 19 million people, yet only 3.5 million are enrolled in the New York Donate Life Registry. In 2013, there were 1,600 transplants performed in New York. New York has the third highest need for donors in the United States, yet it has the second lowest percentage of registered donors at just 23.7%. There's over 1,600 people in New York State who have been on the waiting list for 5 years, for more than 5 years. In 2013, nearly 600 men, women, and children died due to a shortage of donors waiting. That's one New Yorker every 15 hours waiting for an organ who dies. New York ranks 51st out of 52 registries. Let me repeat that so you all hear. In New York, we rank 51st out of 52 registries. My colleagues, Mr. Speaker, that's unacceptable. Another statistic that is staggering, a single person donating at the time of their death can help as many as 50 people. So one person donating will help 50 people. I know many people in this chamber have been touched through organ donation in one way or another. Some of our former colleagues, we know about Assemblyman Conti. Assemblyman Ortiz talked about his family connections. Former Assemblyman Bill Hoyt died on the assembly floor waiting for a heart transplant, and no one knew until that day. Jim Conti and his son, former Assemblyman Sam Hoyt, continued working to promote organ and tissue donation after that. Former Assemblyman Richard Brodsky's daughter, Willie, received a kidney from his wife, and still today are strong proponents of organ donation. Our colleague Andy Goodell, his daughter donated to a friend last year. From a personal perspective, and I remember I don't talk about this a lot, but I remember talking to Mr. Conti, and he told me I need to talk about this. My sister was a two-time kidney transplant recipient. First from the donation of a stranger. Second time in 2006, I had the privilege to donate a kidney to her. And although my sister passed away a year and a half ago, I saw firsthand what organ donation could do to help improve the quality of life and seeing how it's touched families time and time again. And if I missed anyone, I apologize. I know more people have been touched by this. Please feel free to speak and talk about this issue because it's that important. You know, we've taken some positive steps to improve awareness on this issue. We've helped when you register your car or go for a license, you have the opportunity to donate. You might remember the legislation sponsored by Assemblyman Ortiz and Conti, Lauren's Law, after his heroic 12-year-old young lady, Lauren Shields, who had a heart transplant, who lended her face and her name to this issue to help promote organ donation awareness. Last year, we put the Alliance for Donation and responsible of our donation registry to help improve the effectiveness of it. This year's budget included $250,000 to, again, promote organ donation and awareness and education. But we can and much do more. You might say, well, what can I do? What more can I do? Well, number one, you can register to become an organ donor. Two, you can use your office to promote organ donation and awareness. Use your Facebook, your Twitter, your social media. Post links on your webpage. Earlier today, Assemblyman Ortiz and I hand-delivered a letter to your office with some information, press and media packets, social media packets, and things of that nature to help you use your offices to promote awareness. We have these Donate Life flags that are back here by Mr. Jackson's desk that you could take and keep in your office or on your desk. In a couple weeks, the Alliance for Donation will be up educating and making people aware about the critical need for organ donation. They'll be bringing bracelets, signs, and information on how to become an organ donor, and we'll be holding a press conference to talk about how we're number 51st out of 52 registries and we can do a better job, because there's so much more we can do. You know, Mr. Speaker, my colleagues, each year we pass a lot of bills in this House, some good, not so good. But this is an issue that actually saves lives. And we don't need a bill to do it. We don't need a lot of money to do it. But it does require a commitment and effort on our part to advocate, educate, and promote awareness and encourage people to become an organ donor. You know, Jim Conte individually, I don't think anyone could do more than Jim Conte did as an organ donor, advocate. But collectively as a body, we can do so much more to continue moving this issue forward in the right direction, to bring the awareness and the education and attention to save lives. That's what Jim would want us to do. So after passing this resolution, I hope we don't just move on to the next one and say, okay, and just go on with it. Let's continue to use our offices, the bully pulpit we have, to get this education and awareness out. So next year when we come back and do it, we're not 52nd or 51st, we're moving up the ladder. And every time we move up, that's more lives we can save. So I implore us all to continue to do more to save and improve the lives of improve and save the lives of New Yorkers across the state. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, sir. On the resolution, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is adopted.